Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there is something we need to talk about WWE 2K22 that I don't see a lot of people talking about, which I think is a really big issue when you think about it. Because if you remember, when 2K20 released, the reason why it was so glitchy, as you can see right now, I'm putting up a glitch compilation by Viper Pit. Shout out to that guy. But as you can see, all the glitches that were with the game was because they didn't have 2K19's basically their engine, I would say, and not really engine, kind of like all the files and the build of the game. They had to rebuild 2K20 from 2K18, that's why everything was so glitchy, because they tried to add the assets from 2K19 to the 2K20 build of the game. I'm sorry, 2K18 build of the game, and that's why it was so glitchy. If you want to look it up, you can type it in on Google and you'll find out more about it. But you have to understand that 2K22 is also going to be built on this same version of the game. They're basically building on 2K20, and when they say new engine, quote unquote new engine, it's not a new engine, it's just basically redesigned. They just added a few more features, and I was really excited about this game. I was really happy the whole months leading up to it. But then when you kind of think about it, they didn't really add that much into the game. There's no new game modes. The backstage thing is awesome, but the problem is you can't have any more than 2 people backstage. That was the whole fun of playing Here Comes the Pain, with all the crazy backstage stuff that you could have, like, I believe it was 4 players. And another thing when you think about is, like I was saying, that they hardly added any new features. Like, okay, now we got some good polished graphics. We got 1 or 2 new features in universe mode. We got a very bland, looks very boring GM mode, which I get they're doing a big step in the right direction, but I don't know. My hopes are kind of getting let down, especially being that yet again PC gets the last gen port of the game. I don't know how that makes any sense at all. PC is far more, powerful than all the new consoles. It depends what kind of build you have. But I mean, Madden, NBA, and now WWE, is this going to be the new thing? That is this going to be their new campaign that we have to buy these games on our new consoles? Because I have a PS5. I mean, that's not a big deal, but it's pretty annoying because I want to mod the game. Since I had a PC, all I do is mod 2K19. I have over, I want to say, maybe hundreds of mods. I have different arenas. I have about 50, 60 different arenas. Every WrestleMania arena of all time, I have every single one from 1 to 37. And it's just very annoying that what if they leave out a few features? Like, the graphics for me is a big deal. I mean, graphics is a really big deal for me, especially in a sports game, because you want the sports games to be as realistic as possible. So you want them to look as realistic as possible. So even if it's just something little as graphics, that's a big deal for me. And we see the trailers, the game looks phenomenal, but in the gameplay, it didn't look all that good because that was PC gameplay, which is considered, yet again, makes no sense, which PC is considered last gen. So, I mean, my hopes for this game has dropped a lot. I was really, really excited, but now I'm kind of like, okay, it'll just be another game. Like, I feel like I'm going to play this game for a while and probably go back to 2K19, which that's basically what I've been doing since 2K20. I played 2K20 for a few months, and I hated the career mode in that game. I don't care who you are. If you say you like that career mode, I mean, that's up to you. We all have our own personal opinions, but me personally, I did not like it at all. Very, very cringe scenes in the high school and the stuff like that. It just made no sense at all. That's very not like WWE. That's another issue I have with 2K and with THQ is they don't know how to write WWE storylines. Like the other day, I was rewatching somebody play a WWE 12 career mode, Road to WrestleMania as Triple H, and man, that was so bad. Like you see Kevin Nash calls Triple H, and it looks like a dream sequence, but it's not. He calls Triple H and then hangs up the phone, and he's standing next to Triple H, and he beats him up out of nowhere. It's like, really? Like, I don't know why THQ, 2K, or, you know, Visual Concepts, all these people that make the wrestling games, I don't know why they don't know how to make a story. Like, do they not watch wrestling at all? Do they not watch WWE? Do they not watch AEW? Do they not understand that we want very compelling storylines? And listen, the showcase mode is cool, but I mean, so what? We're playing matches that we watched. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool, but we're not even in control of the matches. It's just cutscenes in between. It makes literally no sense. I like it personally because we get different arenas. We get, you know, old school arenas. I'm a huge Ruthless Aggression fan. I'm a huge Attitude Era fan, but me growing up, I was growing up on the Ruthless Aggression era. From, I guess that's what, like 2002 all the way up to about 2008, 2007, somewhere around there. And to get all these arenas, these old WrestleManias, these old things like that, these old costumes, these old characters, is fantastic for me. But, I mean, they should have that in the first place. We shouldn't have to have a showcase mode for that. It just kind of makes no sense to me. And another thing, too, is I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this, but I would like for 2K to introduce some microtransactions. I mean, it kind of sounds crazy when you think about it, but when you really think about it, when you really put your mind to it, it'll give them a lot more time and a lot more effort to put into these DLC content. Like, so far we see like we're getting, I mean, I'm really hyped up. I see that we're getting a Undertaker Ministry. I'm sorry, not Undertaker. The whole Ministry DLC with Viscera and with Gangrel and all these guys. I mean, it's going to be awesome. Don't get me wrong. But like, when you think about it, why are we getting Jake Paul and Bad Bunny and we're getting MGK as DLC? I mean, it just kind of makes no sense to me. I think if they introduce very small, minor microtransactions that you can earn the same way you could do in 2K Battlegrounds. Like, what's the big deal with that? Like, why not allow us to win some VC in the game? I mean, yes, they have that already, but with the accelerator, it means nothing. And it's always stuff that we already had. Like, okay, Kane 98. We had that since 2K15. Undertaker 99. We had that since 2K15. I mean, it's just they take the stuff that we had unlocked already and they lock it and make us earn points to get them. It makes no sense. They should add new DLC. Like, how fun would it be, think about it, if we had all 30 years of The Undertaker's career, every single one of the attires he ever wore. Same thing with Kane, same thing with Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and these are all different variants of the costumes. And if you want to buy them, you know, with cash, straight up cash, make them $1 or $2 each. And I promise you, they would make a lot of money off of that. And I personally think that's the best bet for them to do, because I would be really hyped about that. I know a few of my friends will be really hyped about that. There's just, I don't know. I mean, I was really hyped for the game, like I said, and now my hype is kind of dying down because this is how it gets when a game is about to release. You know, you have all this hype, and then you start to see gameplay, and you start to see things, and they start to show like the GM mode and stuff, and you're like, meh, this isn't what I expected it to be. But the main point here is we have to look at that this game is not going to be built off of 2K19, which I personally think is WWE's most reliable game after THQ. I'm sorry, not WWE, 2K's most reliable game. That game never crashed on me once. I never had any glitches on that game, and I've been playing it upwards of 3 years or 4 years. I'm sorry. So we have to understand this game is being built from 2K20's build of the game. And we have to expect a lot of glitches and stuff. And yes, maybe people are going to say, but in the gameplay, no one experienced any glitches. Yeah, a lot of people said that with 2K20 also. They said the hit recognition is off a little bit, but it's playable and it's a great game. But it wasn't. It was so bad, we all stopped playing. Well, I don't know about we all, but I know me personally, I totally stopped playing it. I played it maybe 2 or 3 months in its cycle. I never even played all the DLC. I have all the DLC, but I never played it. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm Total Average Gamer. Those are my thoughts on this game. I had to just let some steam off my chest. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm going to be making a lot of videos on 2K22. Even if it's trash, I don't care. I'm going to be making a lot of videos on it. I'm going to be doing a lot of storylines and stuff like that, which is going to be really cool. I'm really excited for that. So please don't forget, like, comment, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications. Thank you very much, and you have a wonderful day.